Yes! Folks, it is Midweek Chat Attack. There it is, isn't it? Man, honestly, dude, I really wish we could have, like, start our own bar or something that had this kind of logo, this music playing and everything. But that's never going to happen because I don't drink, and these motherfuckers are irresponsible, so it's not going to happen whatsoever.
Fuck that. We can run a bar. It'll be like Sunny in Philadelphia. It'll be a one-class shop. Everyone comes have fun. Everybody knows your name. It'll be great.
We're not responsible at all. We just had a great after hours last time, and the Facebook show was super successful. You know, we can't do anything, right, Ganja?
Nah, man, we got 2 left hands and shit.
Yeah, you guys are fucking. You guys fucking suck. No, but Dejan's saying y'all better talk about Lil Tay by that Barbie pic. Wait, Lil Tay?
What?
What the fuck? Wait, what are you talking about?
All right, he's either talking about Tay that hangs out with us later in the after hours. Go check that out every Saturday, 7:30 CST time after the show. But I don't know who the fuck he's talking about. Is that a rapper?
Little Tay by that Bahad Barbie pic? Yeah, that's not a sentence thing.
Well, no, but that guy, Danielle Bregoli, she, no, Catch Me Outside girl, she's actually, I don't know if they call her Lil Tay, but they call her Bad Barbie or some shit. I don't know why they call her that. But it doesn't matter. We'll get into that when we get into it because, people, Max is burping. That means we started. Max has indigestion. Indigestion. Good Lord.
Indigestion. He's not really sure. He's indecisive about his digestive system.
Yeah, he digests food, which is, I guess that's proof that he is a human being, which is great. I'm glad that he gave birth to an actual human.
The only reason he still has, indigestion and all that is because Nick still breastfeeds him. He's got to get him off the teat.
Man,
Please,
stop.
for the love of God, can we move on?
No, we can't actually, because I want to know how that actually works in Ganja's head, that he probably thinks about us breastfeeding each other, or me breastfeeding him.
Males do have nipples, which was implied back in the caveman times, that we were able to ability to lactate, but not to the degree that women could do it. That's why we lost the ability to.
As a matter of fact, some men can lactate with certain medications.
By the way, he's talking about apparently Lil Tay is another rapper girl that got in a fight with Danielle Bregoli. I didn't even know about this. I'm finding all this stuff right now. Tonight I was planning on talking about the Cardi B stuff and her basically saying like, yeah, I guess we'll get into it, but it's like people, I didn't even know about this fight. There's so much shit going on with that 13-year-old girl. Like, can Danielle Bregoli just sit her dumb fucking white trash ass down and shut the fuck up? Like, god damn it, dude. Danielle Bregoli. Yeah, she's 13. Or is she 13?
I thought she was 14 at the time, but I think it's been like 5 years, so I don't know how old she is.
I know, and that meme is so old, I feel like she should be 20 now.
Yeah, that's so goddamn old. Like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
How old is that meme right now?
And Dr. Phil's like, is shit legal yet? But,
it's legal so you do the sex stories and make more money.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get that bitch back on here. But yeah, Lil Tay is apparently a 9-year-old girl with a Vicky during that fight with Vicky. Who the fuck is Vicky? Who the fuck is naming these fucking rap chicks? Like, yo, Lil Tam.
It's bad when, you got Japanese Street Fighter brawlers that have better name characters that make sense than the fucking actual people in real life.
No, it's fucking
No, these
insane.
are just Street Fighter characters. That's all this is. Just Street Fighter characters made rap careers.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Ryu to fucking show up at some point.
And a Street Fighter does make sense because all these chicks are ever going to do is be living on the fucking street. So, perfect. But moving on, though. I don't want to sound like I'm too much of a fucking asshole right now. But we got the whole chat over here hanging out with us and everything. We're not going to show the DT chat because later on tonight, the Double Toasted chat is going to be popping because Double Toasted will have their live stream literally in 5 minutes, which they're going to be late, so 15. We're going to try to get through our stuff extremely quickly. So you guys can do your thing.
Maybe 30 minutes to an hour.
Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes we get lost in our conversation, just like right now. We're getting lost just talking about this shit currently.
Some random bullshit. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
That is true. But here's the thing, though, folks, is we've been doing, and they brought this up earlier about us being not the best, most professional guys ever. But the thing is, we do this thing called the After Hours, and Alan was talking about how well it went the last time, which I remember that very, very well. It did go great. Do you have anything planned for Saturday?
Well, I'll throw that to Ganja because this is, he specifically asked me, can I get 1 week? Just 1 week, so that's all him.
All right, guys, that's coming up on Friday. It's going to be 420, but that doesn't stop the party in Ganja's eyes. 420 goes whole month long. Ask Alan. I've been inebriated this whole month when I've not been on the show. It's been glorious.
I met him.
I've been saying some delirious shit the past month. How long has that list grown, the stupid shit Ganja says?
Well, I have to add something else to the list because you just referred to pass as plast.
Exactly, folks. So you know what? Keep it rolling. I'm going to talk about the 420 show, guys. I have something planned. We're going to watch either a short that's going to be either PSA or something that I can find on the internet that's interesting that might zonk you out. But when it comes to movies, I am deciding whether to do something tripping like Fuego Low in Las Vegas, or I forget the other movie. Enter the Void is another one that's possibly come to mind. The problem is those are a little bit too long, and I don't know if y'all are too druggies to actually enjoy those films. Or stick to what we did last week and just stick with the comedy stuff. So, guys, let me know in the Amiibo or on my personal Facebook what you guys would prefer. If not, I'm going to go ahead and probably stick with the trippy stuff and just zoink you guys out for the 420 show.
And also, people remember that you can get a hold of him on Amiibo if he ever gets a Nintendo, or you can hit us up on Amino, because that's what's called.
I didn't catch that.
Add to the list, sir.
Yeah, add it to the list. Holy
yeah,
shit.
You already did that.
You just made the list. But the thing is, though, you know what else just made the list is this show here. I'm mad at Weed because this is going to make me do a lot more fucking work this week. Because on Friday, me and my boy Alan are going to be doing a God of War game playthrough.
Oh, I can't fucking wait, man.
Oh, man, dude. We've been hyped for this. And by the way, I like how they released the show at 420 because you know people are going to be going into the fucking GameStop stores too stoned to think about their fucking wallet and how much shit they're going to be playing that through. And
they planned that because everyone's going to be home already, making up excuses. Yeah, man, I'm sick. I got the flu over the weekend, bro. I can't come
Or,
in.
you know, at least they're releasing it, you know, when people are finished school, for fuck's sake, as opposed to every other game. Let's release it in November during exam week.
Yeah, no shit. And another thing that's kind of funny about this too is like I know people are gonna be like, "No, dude, I'm sick. I got ashes all over my body. Like I'm fucking hosed, but I'm depressed."
Oh man, after 420, I'm gonna be more ashy than Kratos.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, Ruth is saying Fear and Loathing. Yeah, definitely do that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because whatever the fuck God just said.
Yeah. But yeah. Aside from that, if you guys want to get into the call too, which by the way, if you get into the call, we won't be talking a whole lot about a lot of things. So maybe if you really want to come on and talk a lot, I would say those for the midnight chat tab. But if you do give us a message or something, I'll probably give you a link to come in. And if you do get a link to come into the call, you're gonna have to follow some fucking rules to get this show rolling fast and to make sure the highlight videos are understandable and comprehensible and all that stuff. So, Gotcha Guru, tell these folks about them rules, son.
Rule number 1, folks. Newcomers, join the call first. We're all about those new fresh smell of faces. Those people popping on for the first time or popping on for the first time in a while. We know those guys come back once in a while. We love you guys and want you guys to join the call. So hit me, Alan, or Mr. Diaz inside of our DMs, and we'll get you on the show. Rule number 2, do not talk over each other.
I want to watch a movie about weed on Saturday.
Or do weird singing credits or whatever the fuck he just did. Because this rules audio quality and learner viewing for the other people. Sometimes I want to hear what we're talking about, believe it or not. Rule number 3, please no nudity, guys, is a staple of, you know, clean family entertainment. We don't have no titty, we have no dick. Can't go to Pornhub where they got guns and all kinds of shit. Rule number 4, do not give anyone else the link. We have a planned show, includes certain topics, conversations, or just bullshit around. So you hand out the link, you're gone, and so is the dumbass that clicked it. Rule number 5, read the rules, and since Allie isn't girl, Alan.
Don't be a dick, motherfuckers.
Don't be a dick, motherfucker. Damn, motherfucking damn son, bitch.
While.
Like, I don't know. I just really wanted to try that out. But yo,
you just ruined it, man. You ruined it. It's been a while. I was trying not to overuse it. As soon as I bring it back, you just jump on like my hype.
I like how I got away with calling Alan a girl, and he didn't call that out.
By the way, Ganja, center. He just trying to do a Neo, just dodging them bullets. Woo, woo, woo.
That wasn't a Neo. That was a dance move.
No, that was awesome. I appreciated that, Ganja. 20 years ago, that would have been really good, and the story would have been good and everything, unlike The Matrix. So
The Matrix is great, and I will not stand here or sit here and have you blaspheme it.
The Matrix is... Go ahead.
Alan,
I
hate to make you feel you guys make you feel old or some shit, but like 20 years ago, I was 4.
20 years ago, I was 7.
By the way, this was some bullshit. People, I'm gonna rally the troops up against this motherfucker because people.
No one's gonna agree with you.
No, he still defends the Matrix like this movie is still good to this fucking day. This is
It
horrible.
I watched
very
it like last year.
But you watching and enjoying it, that's your own nostalgia gain too. I'm not saying that you realize that it's nostalgia. I'm not saying that you purposely like this because it's old or because it's from your childhood. But I do say that you are blinded by that shit.
But I watched it recently. It's not like I haven't seen it in 15 fucking years.
Look,
I saw it recently.
I'm trying to avoid saying it. But I don't want to say that your taste sucks or anything.
You're right. This isn't no Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the movie you keep bringing up.
Oh, well, no, it's just some of the shit's so bad nowadays, the CGI, that Mortal Kombat Annihilation kind of looks better with the shit that comes out nowadays.
Nobody has ever said that in the history of anything.
Well, it takes one smart man to change the world, Alan.
Well, yeah, call me when that guy shows up, Nick.
I hate to say it, but Neo and The Matrix is kind of really bland, dude.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's
no,
fucking
okay. I'll agree with you on that. Yeah, the main character himself is pretty fine, but it fits to what the movie is trying to portray, because he is essentially the most boring person on earth. But everyone keeps telling him, yo, you're awesome. Yo, you're awesome. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm a fucking loser that lives in his bedroom. But the movie keeps saying, like, you're awesome.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why when he starts learning Kung Fu, it doesn't start hitting the audience so much later. That's why the scene when they go through the whole...
Jenny!
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
sorry,
Matrix.
buddy.
No way, you Matrix motherfucker. You got
I know this
unplugged.
motherfucker talking to the Matrix like. I know.
He's downloading his program to win an argument right now.
Oh, poor man. But no, Raheem's saying, bite your tongue, Nick, you motherfucker. He says he loves the Matrix. Mr. Robinson's in the chat. Hey, Mr. Robinson. I fucking
Here's
name
to
with
you, Mr. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you can know. Oh. And he said, I don't know Beatles songs. Fuck you.
Oh, damn. Did you remember that argument we had?
You fucking got to, man. That was the first time me and you really went. Me and you have probably had the worst arguments over the Prince and the Beatles.
Oh, no. Since you want to bring it up, I'm going to put you on the fucking spot yet again, sir. Name 5 fucking songs from Prince, Mr. Oh, I'm so depressed that he's dead and all that bullshit. Yeah, come on. Name some songs by Prince. 5 songs. Go.
Okay.
How do we go from the Matrix to Prince?
Don't interrupt, Alan. You got Purple Rain. I'm going to go with the first ones I know early because, I like the classics. Purple Rain. You got, what the fuck is it? Dance to 1999 or is it just 1999? Because I don't remember
It's 1999.
1999. You got Bat Dance. Then you got Get Crazy. And then you got the... All right, I'm trying to think of the last one that I really like, but I always forget the fucking name of it. Oh, it's the one where he's... Little Red Corvette. There you go. That's the one where he sings about
Little Red Corvette.
Yeah, that's the one where I only like that song because my mom told me he's singing about a pussy the whole time. And I didn't get to I listened to the lyrics and I was like, yeah, he is.
People, he struggled. He struggled with that shit. That fifth one was
because I don't know track. I'm not a track master like you, motherfucker. I didn't study shit every time a song popped, and I was like, oh, I like that.
No, but like that's the thing. Like my songs are so good that the songs I like are so good that I actually want to go back and listen to them on YouTube or SoundCloud.
Maybe you're more autistic with listening to it, but I don't know.
Maybe I am an artist. I'm an artist.
Or maybe it's one of those people that again.
Leave and come back. Leave and come back, bitch. Leave and come back.
You'll see when you rewatch it. Poor guy.
Just leave and come back. Shoot. Anyways. But I'm not like you, where I could just figure out a discography. Like when we were watching Queen the Damned over the day, you're like, yeah, it's a Korn song. Oh, that's a Manson song. Oh man, that's a remix with Korn and Manson.
Yeah, or well, like we can go about this argument all day. But by the way, too, Alan, if it does happen again, don't get mad. Just so you know, like. All you gotta do if we say Jenny's just leave coming back, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be fixed by the end of the show.
So hopefully, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but I mean, moving on though and all that good stuff. I'm gonna read the chat.
Right along.
Ruth is saying, "Ganja Town Alan, his taste is worse is clearly because of the fatigue of Alan hating everything good." Nick saying it is just trying to figure out who the alpha hater is. And then he named his 5 songs: Purple Rain, Beautiful Ones, Diamonds and Pearls, 1999, Sign of the Times, Thieves in the Temple, and Joy and Repetition. So yeah, man. Goddamn, Ruth is a pretty big fan too. I like when people can actually name the fucking songs that they like from a band. This is why I don't get into big arguments about music because I feel like people are just really trying. Like, by the way, too, like the Bad Dance barely fucking counts, sir. Like,
no, the Bad Dance counts. The fact that he got an argument over Michael Jackson with doing that, and they raced to get that shit done, that shit does count.
Would that actually happen? They got an argument about
it? Yes.
God.
What?
Yeah, that's weird. One of these days, we need to do music shows so bad.
We do.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Alan. Like one of these days, we gotta find out a day and all.
I've been working on it in my head, by myself. So
yeah.
Actually, I think even Michael tried to get him on the soundtrack.
Yeah, dude, God, that's one of those things where it's like, that's a fucking fascinating fucking story. Raro McKean saying Alan stopped Skynet, unlike Nick. Yeah, Nick can't fucking do shit. He's a piece of shit.
Nick would join Skynet. We know this.
Yeah, let's act like Alan's not going to be part of the fun cop that's trying to chase down all meddled out and whatnot.
Well, if he is going to be the one that's doing it, I'll stop Skynet. Fuck that.
No, Alan can stop many people, and he is a fun cop.
I see Alan being John Connor.
Me too. Well, John Connor was a cop, but the thing is, though, he is part of the fun police, and him being a police officer, maybe he can solve this case that we got going on in Vermont. Because apparently a bistro owner. Oh, that was a good
segue.
That was a good. You could barely tell that was a segue. That was so fucking natural. Are you kidding me?
I make terrible segues, on the Untitled Video Game Show every Friday on the Facebook page. But like, that's just not that bad, man. Like,
yeah, he's gonna say every Friday at Saturday CST. I knew he was gonna. Say
I know.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, sir.
He was seriously about to
read your mouth.
You can see his lips.
How do you see through the fog, Alan? How do you do it?
I was born in the fog.
Well, but moving on though, yeah, like in Vermont, some bistro owner, I was practicing this shit with Jet.
Were you?
I was, bistro.
Okay, forget there's an I there. Bistro.
Okay, bistro. Hey, that's actually a pretty good way to teach me. Just bistro. Bistro, dog. bistro. Anyways, God,
Living without.
this bistro owner offers a gift for return of a cutout of himself stolen by dumbass. And when I mean, usually, you know, when I do these little topics on the side, I kind of write it like I'm doing an article or some shit, you know, with buzzwords. But really, that's the story, y'all. Like, this dude, an owner of some kind of bistro, which is basically like a fucking cafe, little restaurant type place, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong by that?
Yeah. It's a, you know, place where you can just sit down and eat and buy food, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Sometimes they mainly focus on coffee or like what Alan says, like little breakfast meals. They specialize in.
Yeah, and some fucking supervillain basically went over there and took the $350 fucking billboard. It was a cutout from the bistro owner, which, by the way, too, like I can see putting yourself like on a logo on top of it.
Wait, did he cut? He took out the cutout. Was it a logo or the fucking dude?
No, it was a dude. He made a cutout of himself. It's fucking stupid. Like,
what the fuck did he?
Hey, I would have stolen it too, man, if I could.
Well, it's almost like, did he steal it because he purposely, like, he doesn't like that motherfucker? Like, is there like something? I wish there was a picture of this cutout because I want to see how ridiculous this is.
Yo.
You know, man, any one of us sitting there eating that fucking bistro would have been like, yo, man, I would steal that shit. Some guy goes, I'm gonna do it.
Alan, I got something to tell y'all. Nick, do you remember that?
You?
No, I didn't do it. But I was thinking about doing some other shit. Nick, do you remember when I was on the call with you and Anthony, and I was severely inebriated in my hometown of Hollywood, Florida?
Oh yes.
And it was the first time I was back, so I was like showing them my neighborhood for the first time. And there was like this emblem of the Seminole tribe of Florida, but it was like a little loose. So I was telling Anthony and Nick, like, yo, man, I'm thinking about stealing this shit. So I wouldn't doubt somebody was day drinking. I'm surprised that somebody was day drinking and was like, fuck it, just went through with the act. Maybe I was too drunk and didn't have the tools to actually accomplish it, but he probably did.
Well, I don't even know
Or
if
he just did it out of spite, man. Because I did that one time where it's like, we're in lab class, and they wrote it in fucking, like, as big as they could on the chalkboard, please don't steal the pencils for the lab. I spent that entire lab, 3 hours, stealing all the pencils I fucking could.
Yeah, man, but like, it's weird because it's like that's some super villain shit to steal something so. Honestly, like, who would want that shit? Like, it's just kind of
just do it for the story.
I guess so, because apparently this statue was stolen, or not a statue, it was a fucking cutout. It was stolen.
Man, if this guy stole a statue, Jesus, he needs a fucking award. I need to steal a statue.
Well, I mean, this is a nice place too. You would think they would have good security or something. Like, look at this place.
Most restaurants don't have security, or bistros don't have security.
I'll let you know right now, this place is so fancy and probably in a real good part of the neighborhood that motherfucker just walked off with the sign, and everyone was just dumbfounded, like, what the fuck?
They're probably like, oh my god! Like, they're probably like signing, like, ah, no way!
I think you got that one white girl that saw the dude get kicked off United Airlines. Oh my god!
And like, look at this bad thing. I don't know if you guys can see it pretty well, but it's like this fucking clock, like this huge ass portable clock, like just on a stand on the table. Like,
oh, those things. Those are old British fucking clocks.
See,
man.
Those things are you're supposed to steal, not goddamn cardboard cutouts.
Man, you ain't stealing that shit and walking out. That thing's taller than the door.
Why the fuck would you
That
hold it? It's like, no, it's like a handle for one of those like Flavor Flav clocks. Like, hey, look at me, what's up, dog? Like, that's fucking stupid.
I never understood why those clocks were in fashion. I never understood how that was a fashion trend.
Well, no, another thing too is with these clocks, like, how am I gonna eat my shit and not have that fucking thing fall on me? Like, look how fucking small that table is. I know it's hard to see, y'all, but like, Jesus Christ.
That place looks like it has good food.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure it has good food.
I don't want to eat there now. I'm hungry.
Yeah. And by the way, too, if that didn't make you hungry enough, we got some fucking random ass assortments of food.
Never mind. I did the opposite. What the fuck is that?
Looks like a pussy.
The wood?
Yeah, I don't, man. What kind of pussy have you seen?
Someone cut part of a tree off and put it as part of their fucking. What is that?
I don't think I want God to answer that, by the way. but yeah, I don't know what that is, Alan. Like, because it looks like something that would be like some kind of veggie platter or fruit platter or whatever the fuck. But then you get all this other shit on the side. I don't know what the fuck that is. But I mean, apparently it costs a lot of money. So I mean, I don't know.
Just because it costs a lot of money doesn't mean it's good.
I know I made a childish joke, but as I'm looking at the photo, I'm seeing more. It's like a fucked up version of Find the Lips. There's actually lines inside that shit. So I'm like, wait, is it?
I don't know, man. But just no, I'm not gonna. You're literally talking about pussy lips at this point. Like,
yeah, but for the love of God, move on.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, we eat some weird shit right out here. If you come out here, I'm gonna take you to go get some Denver oysters. They're delicious. They're round.
I ain't eating oysters. This is disgusting.
Well, no, if you look closely, though, over here, Ganja, I'm going to show you this really quick. Over here, it says it's time to stop. But
no, that's just a clock, sir. And
no, that clearly says 2 o'clock.
No, go back to that's definitely 1:45.
I don't know.
Oh, God. We should put a timestamp so people don't get afraid by Ganja's face.
No shit.
I'm looking into your soul.
Someone's got to get a screenshot of that shit. But the thing is like, okay, so I can't find a statue looking at these pictures, right? Which sucks, because I really wanted to see what was so... I mean, you know, like, what's the reasoning for doing this? And I think the only reason I can come up with is, fuck this place. I mean, they think... Going into a place like this, honestly, and I'm sorry if I sound like a fucking dick doing this, but when I go into a rich area and everyone's just enjoying their fucking food, I just want to ruin their evening. I'm sorry. It's just something about it, like... You know what I mean? Like,
people enjoying their food.
No, but yeah, a place like that, like, oh, I can't eat at the McDonald's. Oh my god, I need to.
Some people want to eat at a restaurant. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's kind of a lot wrong with that.
Coming from the guy that's ready to boycott the whole goddamn industry.
Yeah, I am ready to boycott the industry, but not because of the food.
Wait. Oh, no shit. This place, okay, you have an issue with tips? These places want a hell of a lot more than just a fucking $5 tip. Just so you know,
well,
sir.
okay. Expensive restaurants are always going to be. There's always going to be those things. My thing with the restaurant industry has always been them refusing to give their fucking employees fair wages.
Okay.
That's always been my fucking problem. If this bistro doesn't fucking do it, fuck them too. But it's like, people like to go out to eat to restaurants. Like when I went out with y'all, we went to restaurants because I want to eat fucking the same shit I have in my city. But it's like, yeah, sometimes we want to go out and have a nice meal at a restaurant. Like,
or sometimes you can be like Nick and just watch your friends eat and just hate on their food the whole time.
I was not hating on you guys' food. I was enjoying
oh,
it.
you
Man, if hate was a seasoning, all this shit would have been oversauced.
Okay, by the way,
you mean sauce?
You motherfucker. That was actually really good.
No, I remember sauce. I remember sauce.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. No, that was a pretty funny joke. Don't take that shit away from him.
I watched
He's trying to, goddamn.
He's like, no, you're not this motherfucking sauce, goddammit.
He's cheating. The birds pull most of the weight.
But no, like, looking at this shit, dude, I mean, the only thing I could see is just like, yeah, like, it was either a personal situation going on between the two. Because going back to the story really quick as well, apparently, and this is a funny thing, I think it's hilarious, is he's willing to give the guy a $100 gift certificate. Now, gift certificate, by the way, so it's probably for this bistro. Okay, pretend you're the criminal. And now I'm going to give this to Ganja because he could pretend he's a criminal a lot better than the both of us. No offense.
I have a deep, deep imagination when it comes to criminality.
A little vivid, actually.
I know what Ganja's going to say because I'd do the same thing.
Well, no, here's the thing. I actually don't even know what he's going to say because for me, I'm pretending you're the criminal. I'm giving you a $100 gift certificate. Would you actually take it? Because at this point, dude, I really do feel like if I was a criminal and you're giving me a gift certificate, you're just gonna spend my fucking food. So would you accept this? Would you actually go back and give this back to him with the $100 gift certificate?
I wish we had a lawyer on hand that we could pay to ask these questions to, because I feel like I'm incriminating myself with some these answers.
Oh, you probably are.
And one thing I would do is I'll take this to a more fucked up extreme level. I would start sending him back pieces of himself. Being like, oh, $100, you think that's all you're worth? I'll send you back a finger. You either raise it to $450 or I won't send nothing back, just the hand.
Yeah, that's called the extortion.
Yeah, but how bad is it? Because it's a cardboard cutout. It's not a real person.
Exactly.
You're still extorting them. It's the act of extorting. You're not causing any physical harm, but you're still extorting them for their property, which is still a criminal offense because you're extorting them for money.
Yeah. By the way, too, I like Eddie in the chat saying Nick will go around stealing people's ketchup. Yeah, I'll be stealing the ketchup, and then Alan will be crying about me stealing the ketchup because he's like, "That's where they live, man. That's fucked up."
Man, man, that's fucked up.
I can't wait till I love the people that are making fun of Alan about the whole hash bill story. Meanwhile, most of them are people that won't take one or go on an adventure with Ganja Crew. So, like, I'm waiting till, like, one of you guys slip up and you do a worse story to Alan, because y'all think I was bad when I was just running around telling everybody on Alan. Man, wait till I fuck you up and you just some dumb shit, man. You'll be the next story I tell.
Man, I swear to God, at one point,
turn away the stuff.
The worst part about that is that I can't remember when we were chilling at one of the places. Martin walks up to me laughing. He can't even get the fucking words. I was like, "Yo, man, did you cry over ketchup?" And I turn and God's there. I'm like, "Man, is there anybody in this place you didn't tell?"
All right. You shouldn't feel bad because Martin remembers the first time that I really fucked up somebody. His name was Cowboy, and it was like the first anniversary party that we all hung out, me, Anthony, Trey, and everybody. And I had gave him one of those goodie pills, and that motherfucker passed out in the car so bad that we had to ask Martin to park it for us because Trey had just learned how to drive and he didn't know how to park.
Wow, that's the easy part. God damn it. But
that ketchup story is only the first part of a longer story.
Yeah, but
Ganja's fucking up people's day.
The Vision Quest.
That's basically about it, though, with this particular topic, folks. So, yeah, hopefully the Vermont Bistro. I don't know why the fuck I said Easter. What the hell was I thinking? But
what did Ganja give you?
I don't know. I think I gave it to myself.
Man, give me a Zyrtec. Shit, I keep sneezing.
I know. Actually, dude, Zyrtec be fucking me up lately, dude. I'm just saying.
You gotta take the daytime one, sir. That's someone with allergies.
Or you could, not.
Oh, that's an option. Well, no, I actually need to do because I got the thing that Ganja has where like my boogers get so fucking far up in my nose that I can't breathe right. It's fucked up. I'm not trying to be gross or anything. It's like
no, you start questioning whether they actually put a stick up there like the Egyptians used to do.
No, I want to get those baby things like that little weird like ball and you squeeze it and then you don't know whether.
I have one. It'll change your life.
For real?
Yeah.
Yo, can I borrow
yours?
I
borrow it.
You are not borrowing it because that's how we get sinus infection.
That's fucking gross. STD, sinus transmitted disease.
I like how the scientists started giggling like, yeah, that's how it works, Ganja. Good job.
I know, it's like seeing your mom like, oh,
well, I'm glad you got that one as opposed to last week when I thought you were about to say mono was an infection.
No, we did have an argument that mono wasn't contagious.
Oh my god, we're not getting into that shit. No, fuck that. No. No, we're leaving. So the next one is Catch Me Outside girl, Danielle Bregoli.
Speaking of mono.
Speaking of Danielle, man. What?
I said speaking of mono.
Oh, I heard you. That's...
No, he means the audio input, by the way. Not it's stereo then mono. That's what he meant. So
wow, you sucked the fun out of that. Holy shit.
I know. I'm sorry. Damn.
All right, I don't know how old she is. I'm not making that joke.
Yeah.
I was trying to help you. Like she's fucking underage. Goddamn. So,
probably still. We don't know how old she is.
Still?
I don't know. Someone look it up.
Yeah, man, you look it up. I'm not the one trying to talk about her sexually.
That's one of those Google searches that definitely gets you registered. Right next to how to bury a body.
Catch Me Outside. I'm sure it'll be in the fucking headline of the article.
No shit. Yeah. I was like the article. People's like, no, just before you say whatever you're about to say in the comment section below of this news article, she is fucking 15 or whatever the case may be.
Wait, how old is she when she did that Catch Me Outside search?
It's only been 2 years?
She wasn't 8, dude. She had, like, boobs.
Man, it feels like it's been 15 years since that fucking
Yo, I thought that bitch was 15. She's been a hood rat since the preteen days. God damn, there's no hope for this girl.
Well, dude, she was on, like, fucking daytime TV show. Like, they're all, like, 13, 12, etc. So, yeah, apparently...
The story's never gonna end.
Yeah, exactly. No, they actually just came back, too, by the way. I don't know if you guys want to watch that at some point.
Fuck no.
As a family.
What? Shit, you're gonna make me sit. I'm not watching Luke Cage with you. I'm definitely not watching this shit with you.
Oh man, we gotta have Ratchet Knight Part 2. Ganja, get on it, sir.
Oh man.
No, there are more problems with Ratchet Knight than the actual content.
Yeah, we'll definitely have Jet and Ganja build that shit up and do the Ratchet Knight.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, that shit's great. Moving on though. Yeah, so she basically won or been nominated a Billboard Music Award. Now, the thing about the Billboard Music Awards is I don't know what's happening where I don't know who they talk to or what they do politically to get to the position they had to get into. But motherfucker, this is literally the epitome of popularity, sometimes unpopularity contest. It's almost like they base their fucking awards on taggability and keyword density.
They do, actually, 100%.
Are you serious?
The Billboard... Basically, the top word of the Billboard, the top 100 Billboard, is the most played. Doesn't matter if it's the best or the artist or the money. It's what gets most played. And I think they started counting YouTube and all that shit, like radio play and actual digital play.
But she's a meme, so of course she's gonna fucking win or be on here.
That happened with the Harlem Shake. The Harlem Shake song got like #1 because of that.
Dude, that fucking infuriates me, dude.
You're mad now? Do you want to know why Soulja Boy and a lot of those people were famous in the early 2000s? It's not because their shit played on the radio ridiculously. That came as a side effect of them being ringtone rappers because they started counting ringtones as plays. So that's why most of those guys got to the top billboards because people were playing a $1.90 song for the ringtones.
That drives me up the fucking
So her
wall.
being a meme means everybody's playing it for like, yo, check out how bad this shit is. Or they'll put a 10-second in front of the video. That counts as a play. That's what the top 100 Billboard is. It's whatever's the most played.
No, and that drives me nuts because back in the day when you had TRL and things like that, people had to request these things. It actually used to cost money when you had like the box. Remember the box, Ganja?
I do remember the box. I like how you bring TRL as like the staple of keeping quality of music.
Well, no, kind of, man, because
like no, I'm not insulting you over it. That's just how bad times have got.
Yeah, where you actually was like, we're the good old days of Total Request Live. It's like, really? Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean?
But let's not pretend there wasn't some fucking garbage back in the day. Let's not pretend the fucking early 90s. Do you remember boy bands?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
they put them in a separate box. Like today's genre is gonna be pop. So make sure to call this number and let us know your fake pop artist. And that's
that's because music was the biggest thing in the world. Like back in the 90s and early 2000s, music was the biggest thing in the world. Everywhere, everyone had radio stations. Everyone wanted to do something related to music. There were 100 much music shows and MTV shows because they're the most popular thing in the world. Music isn't as popular as it's ever been. So they need to play whatever's popular so people will tune into their radio stations.
I gotta go get it. I gotta go get it. Gotta go.
Oh,
get
that song. That's the only lyric in the entire fucking song.
Gotta go get it. Gotta go get it.
Go get it. Leave now. Do it.
But no, I mean, you got like shit like that, you know, you got all these, you know, rap videos from back in the day, fucking, you know, you had like Radiohead, all this stuff that was a big deal, like way back in the day. Let me move this shit. I'm trying to click on the fucking...
What the fuck am I watching?
It was an animated video for Radiohead, Paranoid Android. But the thing is, Radiohead's actually not too bad. OK Computer is actually the only album that was actually good from what they did, but it was a good album none the fucking less. Now,
raise your hand if you know what he's talking about.
Probably many people do. Radiohead's very popular. Alan, you know, stop being.
Hey, I'm not saying they're not popular. I just wanted a consensus.
I mean, just put the handcuffs back in your fucking holster, okay? Shit. I mean, my hands are up, dude. Okay, I'm not wearing a hoodie.
Handcuffs back in
but
my
you order from Starbucks.
Exactly. Oh no, that was good. That was great.
Well, handcuffs don't go in holsters. That's where guns go. But sure.
Yeah, Alan's shooting me with his shitty opinion. No, I'm just playing. I'm joking. I'm the one with the shitty opinion. I'm very bad, and I have curly hair, and I have a big nose. Moving on. I feel like this whole with Billboard. I mean, because that's always been an issue. But back in the day, though, when it was an issue too, you had to earn that issue. It wasn't like you couldn't. Memes would cost money back then. If you had to call it the box or TRL, whatever the fuck, and have your shit played, it would actually cost money and rank up your fucking phone bill and all that stuff.
Sure.
To the point where it was like, okay, you know what, the Billboard actually means something because people have to go out of their way to play this. For YouTube, I could just make a playlist of a bunch of shit to piss off my friend, and that would do well because it doesn't cost you no fucking money or time. It's just, yo, dude, check out this stupid bitch. Catch me outside. How about that? Ha ha ha. So fucking funny. Like, that killed, like, dude, I don't know why the music industry is just constantly going through these fucking, like, these really bad periods.
It's dying.
Yeah, it's dying at such a fucking rapid rate to the point where it's like, without tours, I don't know if there's any money involved. Like, there's really no point in creating music.
There is. It's just no money. What's up?
No, I was going to mention that I actually watched a documentary with Killer Mike, and he was talking about how music really doesn't make you money, as a lot of people assume because, you know, Run the Jewels is next to God now as a duo in terms of music quality. As people, like, you know, always their card sets are always sold out. People are always going to the meet and greets or their other, you know, features or their other kind of guest features or other things. So people are assuming that he's making a lot of money. He's like, nah, I make a little bit, you know, from, you know, people buying the songs off of iTunes and other shit like that. But most of the time, I'm just getting that out there so people go to the concerts. So they're making most of their money now off of concerts. But now you have companies that are trying to take that shit away from them. Where before, that used to be 100% the artist.
Yeah, like, and what I'm saying, like, a lot of what's happening with the advent of the internet and the advent of people being able to do this shit, you don't need big publishers anymore to do the music. That's why you're seeing the music industry dying, because you don't need a big, you know, $1 billion playlist to do, a $1 billion publisher to do what you do. You can just put the shit on YouTube and you become popular. Artists like Macklemore and Chance the Rapper, they started by their fucking selves. So the industry's dying because you no longer need that shit. So that's why we're seeing all sorts of meme-worthy people getting on the music industry, because the whole industry is falling apart because now anybody can do it. You have a YouTube channel and a half-decent mic, you could be a singer tomorrow.
I'll raise you one better. The fact that radio is dying is because what the fuck we're doing here, podcasting. That is a main feature of why radio is dying. There's no difference between that and what radio does, except we don't throw out 10,000 ads unless, you know, we're doubletoast.com. But, you know, besides that fact, like, we kind of don't really have to be restrained by, one, censorship, because that pussy lit joke would have got us thrown off the air 5 minutes ago, by the way. And we don't have to deal with companies kind of trying to clamp us down, besides YouTube, who's got these basic guidelines that we have to follow. Sometimes they get a little kicky with that, fuck them for it. But they're on a new space and time for, you know, when it comes to internet content, so you can't blame them too much for that. Whereas the radio has become such grounded in just advertisement and just so stapled in what you have to do, what you can't do, that now all these new medias are attracting new people to come and watch them. And we're seeing that with music. The problem with music, though, is because there's no real money in long-term artistry or music albums or people trying to pump out music videos, they're just trying to get involved in the meme culture because that seems to be the most thing that's popping. That's why, you know, Lil Xan, Lil Peep, Taka 69 is a pedophile. I don't give a fuck. Come at me.
That's why Black Beatles are where they are, because a lot of their music is used in memes and is meme worthy. That's why they're popular right now.
Gotta go get it. Gotta go get it.
Oh god, stop playing that fucking song.
No, but like this is just fucking crazy, man. Like I don't know. Even somebody as talented or somewhat talented as fucking Kanye West is becoming a meme. Where it's like there's people that actually do make their money on tours and CD sales and etc. And they're just like, I gotta be that meme though. What can I do to be that meme?
Well,
it's like
How do we meme that hoe?
yeah, how do I meme this hoe? So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but yeah.
I don't know.
But, I mean, I don't know. There's really nothing else to say about that other than, you know what, dude? I will say Danielle
Oh,
Bregoli's music
there's a
is
lot
the
to
worst.
say apparently because Mr. Dijon Watson is in the chat right now. Sent me on my personal Facebook for some reason a whole list of a play-by-play of the fight that happened between Whoa Vicky, who was apparently talking shit to Danielle, and they just met up far out of nowhere. A 9-year-old little rapper named Little Tay apparently was involved, and that's who they brought up earlier.
Who won?
I don't know. I don't care. But I just want to know, Dijon, did you make this yourself? Because this is like the fucking nostalgia critic Google Docs. This is very informative.
Yeah, no shit. I mean,
That's weird.
I don't even fucking know, man. But I'm trying to see. Apparently, there's a thing on News Hub about this, where they actually filmed this. Someone filmed the brawl between Whoa Vicky and
Can we watch it?
I'm trying to, man, but it will not let me,
If
unfortunately.
their 2004 fucking video player works.
Hold on. They got background knowledge. Go down. I can read this out.
We're not reading this live on air.
I'm gonna read as loud and as ratchet as fucking possible. Only time I'm gonna talk about this because my management won't let me see the associates with nobody because it fucks with my money. Don't be showing up trying to film me to get the views, son. I shouldn't have cracked that hoe like I did. But whatever, shit, a joke. Moving on. Torso. Out.
Is that her song, or is that is that a transcript of the interview, or is that her actual song?
I like how that was Fred Durst actually doing it as far as Gondrick is concerned.
Yeah, Little Biscuit. I forgot to turn off my
This is
camera.
the only time I'm gonna talk about this. Come on, management.
Lord.
This is fucking ridiculous.
At this point, babies are gonna turn rappers.
I don't
man.
want to go with the most basic Valley Girl voice because I heard this bitch. She sounds like one of those ratchet Jersey girls from like the South Side.
Yeah, no, she sounds like a Jersey Shore cast member. But yeah,
Or Danielle Delaire's cousin.
I like how we were talking about how bad their names are. I gotta say, dude, with a name like this, like Wolf Vicky's real name, Victoria Waldrip, I'm like, you know what?
Waldrip?
Wolf Vicky ain't so bad now.
No, that's worse. He somehow took a really. You could have just went with Little Vicky, and nobody would have questioned you.
Vicky.
But like, whoa, Vicky. Like,
Who would want to get known as that?
The chef, like, by the way, I love the lack of punctuation in any of these fucking like rapper names. Like, why can't you put whoa, comma, Vicky? Like, whoa, Vicky, but it's like whoa, Vicky. That's fucking terrible. Like,
All right,
Rappers are never known for their spelling.
In my head, I just keep hearing the song. Go, Mickey, you're so fine, you're so fine. Hey, Mickey, hey, Mickey.
Trust me, Nick. You do not want to go down a conversation of rappers not being able to spell shit, because I got stories for you.
Yeah, poor Ja Rule. Like, Alan will never let Ja Rule live over that shit, man.
He shouldn't. He misspelled he misspelled his corporation. How do you misspell murder?
Because, man, he has to do the rhyming and all that bullshit. And by the way, no
He
one else
just
really
spelled
caught
it out.
that.
If he spelled it properly, so would continue the rhyme.
I feel like I could get fucked up enough to misspell the Midnight Chat Attack.
Yeah, but how did nobody else? One of us is gonna call you out. We called out Nick because he didn't know how to pronounce
Gotcha.
bistro.
Are we gonna bring up that thing with the misspelling of the chat tag?
Oh, I wasn't
Apparently,
gonna do it.
we're called
Yes,
the
and
midnight.
what did you do? No. What did you do? You called me out, as you should, because you're my boss. Nobody called out Ja Rule.
You know,
Nobody
that's
said
true.
Ja Rule. That's not how you spell murder.
And the weird thing is, too, is like, Alan made one simple little mistake. Ja Rule recorded this, produced
Yeah, he
it,
recorded
mixed it, everything, and then released it. And then it took a long, I don't know how long it was, but no one was really bringing that up until, like, I think
Oh no, it was
recently.
quick because again, that whole thing of him doing that was a diss towards Eminem, and it's basically calling out his daughter on air, like in the song. So it's like as soon as I heard it, like Eminem was like, "The fuck this guy," and then the rest of it's like, "Oh man, he gave us everything we need, man. We don't even need to try."
By the way, too, just so you guys know, just wait 3 more years, it could be fucking perverts. But yeah, the 15-year-old shot to fame in 2016. Well, I just said shot fame, like she kind of did too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She shot fame in the fucking face. It's like, yeah, this is what it's like to be famous, people. Be fucking stupid. No, but she's 15 years old, and I gotta tell you, I hate this fucking bitch. I hope someone runs her fucking ass over. I'm sorry to say that, but I mean, I ain't gonna do it, so it's not like threatening or anything. But I will say that, 15 years old, she's done more than I ever wanted to achieve in my fucking life. Like, she gives people like me a reason to just fucking quit right the fuck now. Like,
Yeah, she
so-
will be irrelevant in about 3, Two, like, she's irrelevant. She's already irrelevant. We're done. We're moving on. But
she's been relevant for 2 years, though, bro.
Yeah, it's been like
she's been irrelevant. She hasn't done really much since now. It's like,
dude, she's gotten to a point where she even like fucking David Spade was like, "Hey, I met her," and she was like, "Bitch, who the fuck are you?" I'm like, "Wow, you're doing it to David Spade?" Like,
it's David Spade.
No,
man, I love David Spade.
Yeah, me too. If I met David Spade, I would nerd out. That'd be
besides,
cool.
what was the fucking Joe Dirt? I don't care for his shit.
No, Emperor's New Groove, one of my favorite Disney movies.
He's in that?
Yeah, it was the llama.
Yeah,
and his stand-up's pretty good too. So.
I don't know about that.
And Black Sheep.
He was terrible in fucking what was it, the grown-up movies?
Oh,
might as well.
Who was not terrible in those fucking movies? Those were so bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I watched them both.
But, Kevin James is actually a good person, and everyone hates him because he's popular. They fucking hate him. So
no, it's just all of his. He's the male Melissa McCarthy. All of his is just fat jokes. That's all he is.
He's kind of funny too. Okay, don't even talk shit.
Not really. I mean, I haven't listened to his stand-up, so I'm sure he's great there. But in the movies,
Oh, you guys are fucked up. But we're moving on from that. Now we're going right down to Electric Avenue. No, so the Starbucks situation.
Oh.
Now, I don't know anything. I'm sorry to say this, folks. I don't know shit about this. All I know is that once again, a black dude was pretty much, people were not comfortable with the black dude being inside their establishment, and this time they called police, and they got lucky because this police officer was like, "Hey, time to shoot people," and did this thing. Which, by the way, I don't know why cops can't learn the fucking lesson with this whole thing about shooting black people. Like, this has been a thing for like the last 3 years. Like, well, I mean, it's been a thing forever.
It's been a while, but
yeah, but I mean, the last 3 years has been really prevalent as far as social media goes, and people responding to this, and body cam footage and all that stuff coming up. Where now some of the cops are actually getting fired. God, what was his name? It wasn't Philando Castile. It was the other guy that died the same week. But basically, that officer just got fired like last week. So I'm like, okay, why?
I'm glad they finally got around to it.
No, they fired. Oh, man, this just shows how racial the justice system is. They fired the black cop that shot the white Australian lady. That was the only time they've paid for their sins.
But what about the guy who he basically had the red shirt on?
Oh no, he got off.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, the one that was shot in the car in front of his wife and kid. Yeah, that cop got off.
Oh, but okay. Well, there was another one that same week. People, by the way, as we're talking about this, yeah, there's like 20 fucking stories of this shit happening, and yet it happens again at Starbucks.
Yeah, well, with this one, yeah, basically what it is just apparently they're doing a meetup, a bunch of people. They're like, yeah, we're meeting up with a buddy of mine. He works here, yada yada. Don't worry, we'll order something later. And whoever was behind the counter just wasn't having it, called the cops, and basically probably just made up some bullshit. And the cops like, well, I guess I'm gonna believe Starbucks. They give me free coffee. And then this entire debacle just fucking happened.
Hey, you do it.
Hey.
Yeah, he's like, well, my job's here done. Anyways, I'd like to buy 2 donuts, please, and a bagel. And
that'll be $45, sir.
Yeah. But yeah, and so here's the thing that's kind of cool about this, because I mean that's awful and everything too. And by the way, like I like the people that are around that didn't go like, okay, well that got nothing to do with me. My name's Paul, and that's between y'all. Like, no.
I was a good use of that.
Yeah,
really.
People were actually there, like video cameraing this and fighting for the kid that got shot, and I thought that was pretty cool. That they didn't have to stay there. They could have easily minded their own business, but they said, no, fuck this. This is bullshit, and we have this white privilege, and we're still saying this shit. So I like how it's not kind of like, the racial tension between the two. It's like, no, it doesn't matter color doesn't matter anymore when it comes to shit like this, where people can actually get together and say, no, this is fucking wrong, no matter what situation this is. To the point where I gotta say, and I'm trying to fucking show you guys a story, but they're trying to not let me show it because of the ad blocker, but here we go.
Fuck your ad blocker.
Starbucks is going to close all company-owned stores on the afternoon of May 29th for Racial Bias Education Day. Which you would think that sounds stupid. I mean, I know even Wade Ganja just laughed right there. It's like, yeah.
No, I'm just laughing. They closed on that because they don't want to have it opened on May 1st so people smash their shit up.
Oh, wait, what? What happened on May 1st?
What?
Well, in Seattle, they tend to go crazy on May 1st and smash Starbucks. Bye, yo!
Sorry about that, folks.
Wait, why did they go crazy on May 1st?
I don't know, because it's May Day. It's one of those left-wing holidays, and in Seattle, they take it to enough level where they go around just destroying downtown. Me and Corey were actually there during May Day and got to see that shit pop off. I tried to get him to go downtown, but Miss Mia wouldn't let us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure he was all for it, too.
He has camera and everything. We're ready.
But the 29 stores that are being closed, by the way, equates to 8,000 of the company's U.S. locations. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Granted, I do feel like, wow, so it took a black dude dying for you guys to kind of go like, hey, you know what? Killing black people, that's not really cool.
Well, they didn't kill somebody. What happened was
Well, they're
these guys were.
responsible, you know. I mean,
Well, no, it's not Starbucks case itself where someone died, but it's more of the idea of the institutional racism where someone just calls someone and like, oh, these suspicious black people are here. Meanwhile, they were just hanging out waiting for their friend, which is stupid because me and Ali were talking about the other night with you guys how Starbucks actually invites you guys to come hang out and whatnot to try to make the place seem populated, look like it's happening, look like people are here enjoying coffee. It's part of their marketing gimmick, like a place you can hang out, so it attracts people that are driving by, like, oh, look, they got good coffee, people are hanging out. And it works to a certain extent, but the problem is you got people that take it to the next level, especially with a lot of these downtown Starbucks. They tend to be very prejudiced towards homeless people or people with low income because they are afraid that they're either going to be shooting up in the bathroom or try to use it as their own personal like little bathroom to get cleaned up and wash themselves or to do a little bit of hygiene product. So they make these kind of these bullshit rules where they enforce like codes, laws, or keys. So you have to be either a paying customer or somebody that actually knows somebody within the store to actually get the key to use the restroom. And there was another video recently on Facebook where the guy was actually denied, he was a black dude that was denied a bathroom service, literally sitting next to the bathroom while he's waiting for the line to get low, and a white dude come walking out. He goes asking, hey, man, did you pay anything for that code? He was like, nah, they just gave it to me. So it's clearly more with management and them perceiving poor people or people of minority descent more lesser than people that are like, you know, white privilege that Jet mentioned in the chat 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I don't know, man. As far as the situation goes, like I said, I didn't know anything about this, but I am glad that they're closing things down. I understand what Gaudi was saying too, and because this happens not just at Starbucks, it happens fucking everywhere. But it's just like, yeah, we gotta stop waiting for shit to happen to start saying like, oh, we should probably talk about like racial bias education. Like, you didn't have that shit before.
Honestly, I don't think it's Starbucks' fault because when it comes to a racist ass manager, that's always going to happen. Even under the most perfect system, you're having people that are going to be a little bit prejudiced and a little bit more fucked up when it how their attitudes towards other races and other cultures. The problem is when the system is like, yeah, we'll fuck this dude up for you, and the cops come like with no question asked, like, put your hands behind your back, you're being arrested for trespassing, without warning, without asking them to leave or giving them a chance to like meet up with their friend, like a 20 minutes, be like, all right, we'll see if your friend gets here if they're not here in 10 minutes. Like, if you had a chime to show up at a coffee spot for trespassing, then that means you had time to wait this all out to its further conclusion. Don't give me that bullshit like we're trying to stop further crimes, because that's for the murder investigation unit. Half the time, y'all busting people for traffic violations and drug possession.
One thing that's annoying to me, too, is like, okay, let's just say that this is a situation where he shouldn't have been there, whatever the fuck. Like, people need to start knowing, like, okay, you know what? It's time to go. Let's see what our rules are. Let's see what we have to get you out of here. Like on a fair standing, because the thing that frustrates me the most is like, let's just say he was there and they just told him to leave and he was like, well, no, I'm waiting for my friend, and that is something that you probably shouldn't do. You should probably kind of respect their area. The thing is, you're calling police like it's that much of an emergency, someone's trespassing. I'm sorry, but they're out there trying to save people's fucking lives and do like some serious important shit, and you're gonna make a cop stop what he's doing to fucking, I know you're rolling your eyes because like, yeah, but it's like,
somebody has to play devil advocate here, man.
No, but it's like to come to Starbucks though, to come to Starbucks over some other shit to be like, hey man, stop trespassing right there. It's like, trespassing should not be a thing that I should say that's a problem at Starbucks. People go over there and use their Wi-Fi and just chill. As long as you buy coffee, it's okay. You can just sit there and fucking just do nothing the whole goddamn time. This dude was not taking up a seat. He wasn't doing anything. And they showed pictures of that place. It's a pretty big Starbucks. As opposed to like, you know, those Starbucks that are like half the size, you know, half of a bank or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
So I just found that fucking weird. Like, wow, so really just trespassing, like, that's how extreme that is? They had to call the cops on me? You can't just tell me, yo, like, fucking leave. You know what I mean? Like, that's really odd to me.
Even in the terms of offensive, it's a fucking misdemeanor. You pay, like, I think $75 to get out of jail. That's how much the bail usually is for trespassing. If it's not, like, on federal property or you're just being a total dick and hitting officers on the way out. But, like, to even go that far, it shows how much the cops are just not willing to deal with situations the most peaceful route. They're just willing to handcuff people because, you know what? Those cops got their number for that day because they have a quota to fill when it comes to arrest, certain tickets and certain things they have to do within the street to prove they're actually doing law enforcement. So that was their justification that they're actually doing law work.
Yeah, and by the way, too, I like Dejan saying is, Nick, white people will call police on anything. Remember that tiger that turned to be a raccoon story on DT? What up, son? Yeah, on New York, apparently there was... Oh,
get the fuck out!
Jenny Skynet. He's like, I like how he maintains a happy face, like, oh well, fuck, I guess my shit's fucked up. Oh well.
It's over.
Yeah, but no, apparently New York people were calling like, oh, there's a wild tiger out there, and it was a raccoon. And I'm like, okay, well that's kind of scary in a sense too. But then you get situations where they thought there were zombie raccoons out there. Like,
what?
Yeah, remember that thing that we were trying to talk about last week, where basically there's these raccoons that were basically just moving around their hinged legs and they weren't scared of humans. People would be like trying to scare them off and they wouldn't go away, and they were reporting them as zombie raccoons. Like, yeah, I'm not even.
They smoking in New York.
Yeah, this is actually in Detroit.
Detroit? Oh, never mind. They're smoking all that kind of shit.
Yeah, and Denver too, by the way, too. The same place they're selling zoo poo and all that shit. Yeah, your place is fucked, buddy.
Hey, man, sometimes you need some zoo poo to take care of the animals.
But yeah, and with that said, too, like, I guess I understand why they'd be calling the police on raccoon things or whatever, but, like, let's not call the police on just people staying inside of a fucking restaurant. Like, I was going to ask you, or mainly Alan, because you get to work in the back of your fucking place. But Alan, in your shoe place, like, how long, if someone was trespassing in your particular workplace, how long would it take you to have to call authorities to get them the fuck out of there?
Well, if there's a situation where that's happening, like my first I would be like, excuse me, can you please leave? Excuse me, please leave. If they're just like refusing to fucking go, usually there's enough security just walking around, like mall security walking around. I'll just do a quick hail them over, because obviously I'm not gonna get him like put hands on a fucking customer. The only time that ever happens is if this person's brandishing a weapon. I'm not calling the cops unless someone's about to stab me.
Exactly, yeah. And people will say too, like, oh well, I mean, you put yourself in danger if you don't do that. But then it's like, well, fuck you, because
I'm in Canada. I'll be fine.
Yeah, no shit. But then you'll get situations too where like, okay, so those cops are still hired, and we talked about all these other shooters, everything, or these cops were still working and still work to this day. But then some cops get fired over some fucking weed being missing, where I'm just like, okay, this is obviously people are just. Like, I don't know. Like, for one, even if they did steal weed, it's fucking weed. It's not, I mean, really? Like, suspend them or something. But, Ganja, I know you're probably really surprised with this story, especially the thumbnail having a fucking mouse looking up at a big-ass thing of weed. So, do you believe it's stoner mice?
Man, not only do I believe it's stoner mice, but on 420, not only do he comes to your house and leave little roaches and little small nugs that you think you lost in your carpet to reward you for a good year of stonerness, but he also blesses you for the rest of the year so you may avoid the police. Make sure to leave out your little cookies for stoner mouse. And when I make your cookies, I'm talking about weed.
Yeah, because apparently cops got fired over blaming a missing half-ton of pot on the stoner mice.
Half-ton?
Half-ton. That's a lot. But then again, it's like, okay, so you would think the cops would have, the connections or know where to get some actual weed. Why would they steal it from there? Especially a half-ton.
That's more than all of us in this call combined. Wait.
I could smoke that shit.
That's 1,000 pounds. Yeah, like we're actually, us combined, we're about, I think, just barely half of that much.
I don't want to brag and get me some stoner cred that I don't deserve, but if I add up all the ounces and pounds that I've smoked in my lifetime, I probably have smoked a ton of weed.
Goddamn. And by the way, this is going to make Ganja get a boner, because this is about 13,000 pounds of bud were supposed to be in storage, but police suspected revealed 1,000 pounds are missing. Yeah.
Man,
that guy from
hold on. I got a bone to pick real quick. Keep that picture up. Keep the picture up.
Right.
This is part of the example. This is Ganja Weed 101. I love how the story is about Palermo, Argentina. Meanwhile, the bud they're showing is some California strand shit. Like,
how do you know this?
That is 1,000 pounds of some of the most regified dirt weed that you could probably get your hands on. I highly doubt they have some good kush. Maybe they do in certain areas of Argentina, but I highly doubt 1,000 pounds of this shit was easily eaten by rats was good weed. It was probably some Reggie bullshit that has a quality percentage of 2 to 5% THC, breaking it down like the scientists. And more than that, this is a South American country that is notorious to be fucking corrupt. Not only that, I am not surprised that the cops down south sold that shit and lying it on the great stoner mouse that comes to deliver me cookies every 420. So fuck them for blaming that cute little rodent. He didn't do shit. Y'all selling that shit in the streets. Fuck the Argentine police force.
Anyway.
Yeah, no. Like,
happy 420, y'all.
Happy 420, everybody. And yeah, I should have just saved the story for them, but then you're going to be too fucking high to you do your goddamn show.
Yeah, I thought we were playing God of War. Exactly. We're playing this shit out like 2 weeks in advance.
I like how the Untitled Video Game Show is about me and Alan, pretty much playing games and bullshit with you guys every Friday, 7:30 CST time. And I just invited Nick to take over the show because I'm going to be blasted that day.
Yeah, and he might still show people. You guys should watch because he might come in all fucked up and then I'll be mad.
No, my point is to get fucked up throughout the show, but I'm going to find a way to do it.
Okay, well, moving on, folks. We're going to get into this last one over here, and man, I've been defending this shit since the first fucking trailer.
I don't know, man. This trailer's great. I'm going to use it to go to bed tonight.
You fucking bastard.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's just it's the same it's the same thing as the last trailer, except they added more boring people in it, and then more jokes in it. Because fuck it, but it's just a Jurassic Park trailer.
How dare you call the great and mighty Goldblum boring?
He's not even in the trailer, is he? I didn't notice.
He's barely in the fucking trailer. He's at the very end, and we know it's gonna be some bullshit. Because, by the way, too, Goldblum is he's in the doghouse for me right now. That motherfucker was in Thor.
I don't know why anyone likes him. I do not understand why anyone fucking likes him.
He's charismatic as fuck. Yeah, that too.
No, he's not charismatic. That's not charisma. That's just you just being kind of weird.
No, that's a comfort level. That charisma, he has charismatic comfort, is what it is. That's a
You
word.
literally saw charismatic on his hairy chest during the first film.
Literally just sits around and chills. Does absolutely nothing in the first fucking movie. Like literally nothing in that fucking movie. Like the most I've ever seen him do anything is in the fucking first Independence Day, and then they brought him back for the sequel to just meander around because they had no other plot. And he was terrible in fucking Thor Ragnarok. He was the worst, one of the worst parts of that fucking movie. I don't understand why anyone likes Jeff Goldblum. He just hangs around and chills.
You know what's
He's like Ganja if he didn't give a shit.
Well, like at this point, what I don't like about him, honestly, is this whole fucking idea of he is cool to be on anything. Like he was in the Hotel Artemis trailer that just popped up, and I was like, okay, yeah, so he's gonna be doing what? Just standing around and being Goldblum again, just like he was in Ragnarok, just like he was in Jurassic. Well, he's gonna be in Jurassic World, just like he is in
Independence Day 2.
Independence Day 2 Resurgence, yeah, all that bullshit, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, at this point, you are doing the same fucking character to the point where I could literally get this scene and what he's wearing and his glasses and his hair and everything that he's doing in his character and just slightly get that scene and just put it on any other movie that he's done in the last fucking 3 years. You'd be like, oh, this belongs.
You could just take all the audio from Thor Ragnarok in which he's speaking and dub it into the trailers in which he's speaking, and you cannot tell me that's a different movie.
Yeah, and by the way, JP is saying, why do we like you, Alan? You're kind of
Nobody does. I've accepted that.
And Gary,
I don't care anymore.
no, and Gary, you know, he's bringing up Heroes of Fly, and I think that
Yeah, and no one cares.
Well, no, I care. That was a great fucking
Okay,
movie.
Besides you.
Well, I'm everybody. I don't know.
You have a big enough head.
He's every woman. They're all in him.
It's fucking stupid.
Anyway.
Now, another thing I have
Basically, dinosaurs are doing dinosaur things, but we're going to go say the dinosaurs because, well, we played God once, let's play God again.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, no, but we didn't play God again, though. We got to play
played
God.
God to make them, so let's play God to save them.
And let's also play God to destroy him again, but then to also save him. So let's play God again and again and again. Because at this point, this storyline, just in the Jurassic Park universe, or these movies or whatever the fuck, just in the franchise alone, has been done numerous times. Where I'm like, I mean, I can understand if someone took the idea and then made a whole new franchise out of it, or he did a complete reboot. These are sequels, y'all. And they are literally remaking a movie like 3 fucking times over.
There was that parts that me and you were talking about the trailer. We're like, do you remember that from 1? Remember that from 2?
Lost World, yeah. There's parts where, like, especially with the little girl.
The tagline in this movie is "Life finds a way" because they're banking on Jeff Goldblumism.
And one thing I really cannot fucking stand, folks, I hate how this fucking thing just spoils its own shit. Boy, oh boy, man. Me, Ganja, we were talking about this shit, and I gotta tell you, y'all, like, I don't even know, because we could be wrong. We definitely could be wrong. But there's this part, which I'm already mad about, too, where basically this fucking thing walks in there like he's part of the BFG or whatever the fuck. I'm going to show it really quick. But I guess this is like the Indominus Rex or a smaller version of him. And for one, dinosaurs don't do creepy shit like this. Like he's some kind of child molester dinosaur or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I smell your innocence.
Yeah,
like dinosaurs are vicious, murderous creatures.
They're animals.
Hey, aliens are supposed to be fucking bugs, but that don't stop them from getting a little horny.
No, but like, that's the thing.
I was making a reference to the aliens where they try to get the girl in the shower. You know,
anyway,
where the little mouth was trying to do something.
Oh no, I remember. I just forgot that fucking stick.
Hey, Alan, let me do the figuring.
It's not even the worst part. Did everyone forget that he immediately makes out with himself like 5 seconds later?
Honestly, we're talking about this little girl in the dinosaur, and he's just like, yo, like, you say the shit the worst times, dude, I swear to God. But,
hey, no, it makes sense, man. They did the same shit, the creepy, like, fucking molestery shit with this dinosaur that they did with the alien. Like, oh, look at it. It's don't y'all get it? It's the symbolism for the penis.
Yeah, well, like,
okay, you're looking way too much.
No, I'm not talking about the dinosaur.
Fuck,
I'm not talking about the dinosaur. I'm talking about during the alien sequence.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the last one. I'm like, man, what are you watching?
No, okay, well, he'll backpedal from that shit. No, I'll say it. This is creepy. The dinosaurs are animals. the reason why the dinosaur and them being like, you know, sometimes the T-Rex is a hero, sometimes he's a villain.
Yeah.
The reason why that works is because animals are animals. Your dog can be your hero for all your life until he gets rabies, and then he's a villain. Baby. Wait, huh?
It can be a hero, baby. It can take away all the pain.
Good night, people.
It's just the way he said it. Enrique Iglesias just went and started playing, man.
That was fucking beautiful.
Go to Nick's point, man. This fucking thing's a whole spoilerish trailer. They show the character's intention. They damn near show the ending, the fact that they're going to be trying to save these creatures, and then they get betrayed. I'm not spoiling anything, y'all. This is a trailer. Betrayal.
They get betrayed?
Betrayal.
Y'all get on me for fucking spelling. At least I know how to speak.
I don't give a fuck. This movie don't give a fuck, neither do I, right? It's Jurassic 1 and 2 with a little bit, maybe just a little bit of its own story in there. But besides that, we're going to go see it and probably give it a fuck you. But, you know, because we do movie reviews now, we're kind of guaranteed to go see it. So what else can I say?
I ain't fucking watching this.
Bet you going to see this movie.
No.
Check your PayPal.
Check a Steam. Check a Steam account. Well, basically, you guys don't understand why we say that. Ganja does this shit where he randomly buys the shit that we fucking tell him, please don't buy this because we're gonna feel guilty. We can't pay you back. We don't want this. Don't do this for us. He's like, all right, cool. Check a Steam account.
And then some nights I eat a gram of kratom and 800 milligrams of weed, and I buy multiple video game series that I wasn't meant to buy.
And he doesn't remember buying until he's like, oh shit.
Oh no, he remembers. I won't let him forget it.
Steam also was very cool with it when I mentioned I was high as fuck. They gave me the rebate.
I guess, in other words, people, Gunge is a really good friend to have. Not because he's a super sweetheart, but when he's high, he's fucking stupid, and it just benefits us.
No, I keep telling him not to buy shit. I keep telling him, like, what was he shopping for? God, what the fuck was he shopping for?
He was trying to get us. He was trying to make us go to fucking Six Flags or Disney World or some shit. And he was gonna buy his tickets. And we're like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's when Corey was on that bullshit. No, I'm going to L.A. Now we're going to Orlando. Now we're going to San Francisco. No, we're going to the moon. And
he legitimately wanted us to go to Cali.
And he was like, oh, we're going to Los Angeles. If we went to Los Angeles, we can actually go to Disney World, y'all. That is maybe like 20 to 40 minutes down the road. And we can take a bus. It'll be not that long to Anaheim. And we can actually go to Disney World and have Disney magic. Now, if you're talking about going to Disney Orlando, that's gone on that high shit.
Yeah, that's what you said. What the fuck were you buying last night? You just
I was buying pins last night, so baked.
Oh god, he was on Amazon going, yo, I want to buy this pin of this shit. And I was like, Ganja, no, put your fucking wallet down. I don't know what the fuck you're buying, and neither do you.
I woke up to a cart filled with 12 items I did not need nor want.
Did you fucking order it?
No.
You should have screenshotted it.
Thank God for that cart.
Wait,
system.
do you still have that cart screenshot and send it to me?
Oh, let me send it to you. Hold on.
Yeah, and, you know, we'll actually, if you send it to me in time, we will actually go back and fucking look at this at the end of the show.
Oh no, I have emptied it. It's only 5 things. It's only 5 things that I really wanted in there now.
Okay, yeah, they're probably personal shit too. Like, oh, I got a pin.
We should have a community question. What's the dumbest thing you ever bought on Amazon?
No, just some pins and stuff because, like, if y'all don't know, Ganja Guru, I collect a lot of pins. That's one of the things that I like, and I bought you guys some stuff that I want to give to y'all next time I see y'all in Austin.
Oh, so sweet, so beautiful. But you know what though? That's okay because we're gonna get into our community questions, folks.
And now we're gonna hate each other.
Oh yes, because usually with community questions, someone asks
another question.
No, because, dude, these community questions, by the way, I love you guys for giving us these questions because they've been so interesting. I'm like, you know what? We don't have enough room for flex and chill sometimes because these are so good. And when we actually do these questions, it usually starts up fights or we get really fucking real with shit that we probably shouldn't be getting real about. So, I mean, it's
or we have a giant argument and no one gets to answer the question.
Exactly.
It's self-masturbation with extra steps, motherfucker.
This is the same man that probably says a fleshlight is having sex.
It is.
It is.
With yourself. With extra steps.
Yeah. Okay, I'm moving on. No, I'm moving on. So, this is from Eddie Hendricks. He says, and by the way, too, if you guys have questions and you ask him in a live YouTube chat, we will definitely answer them.
Oh, I fucking hate you, Eddie, because my answer to this question is a very weeb answer.
Yeah, but yeah, is there a favorite licensed song that you first discovered in a video game? Now,
okay, licensed song. Does that mean the song existed and then the game took it?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'll go to Ganja because it's gonna be a while for me to come.
Oh, I thought when you meant license, it was like they got a producer or an artist to actually make the song specifically for the soundtrack.
No, it's a song like that already exists. Like let's say Cult of Personality.
Oh, I know. I got one.
I got one already. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Far Cry 3, the Skrillex burned him up.
Also known as Ganja's Anthem on Friday.
Yeah, pretty much. I remember because when you play the Far Cry 3, the whole mission is like basically go burn a weed farm. Like you're supposed to cut off the drug their entire drug operation. So you just go, here's a flamethrower, go burn it. Basic. Holy shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hey, you said let's go burn a weed farm. I'm ready.
Motherfucker, you fight Kylo Ren with that fucking thing. But yeah, you start doing the flamethrower and the character's getting high because of all the fumes. And it just starts playing the music. That mission is so ridiculously difficult, but you don't notice it because the music is playing and it fits so well with what's going on. And it's a pretty good song. And I remember I still listen to that song.
Yeah, no, that song actually isn't too bad. I'm listening to it right now. The folks in the YouTube chat can probably hear it.
And if you guys also want to continue listening to it, I'm going to add it to this MCA Shits and Hits, Nick likes to call it.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Man, I forgot what it was called.
Hits and shit, y'all. Hits and
Whatever,
shit.
man. I just
The
remember
hits
this
come before the shits.
Yeah, now, here's the thing that I gotta bring up really quick, and then I'll let you do yours. But there's this song, this reggae song, and by the way, if you look this up, just the title of the song, obviously Bob Marley will come up because apparently, according to YouTube and YouTube users, every reggae song is Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's this fucking video that's so funny, but the song is so good. I heard this on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the KJA West radio station.
Ja!
Ja! KJA! And
Rastafari.
KJO. No, I'm just playing. That's a really weird anime. But there's a song by Barrington Levy. I think I'm saying Barrington Levy. And it's Brother Than Broadway, it's called. This video is so fucking funny, man. This dude's dancing looking like fucking Martin Thomas over here. I mean, this is some rough shit, but this song is so fucking good, people.
Man, that's an 80s music video, man. You can't blame him.
You know what? I'm glad you brought up the time period because I was just about to say, what old Cuban dude did he rob that outfit from?
No,
it was the 80s. It was style at the time, man.
And the thing that's funny about this fucking song or the lyrics of the song is basically what it's about is this dude basically having kids with some girl and him basically leaving her because he's too young and wants to do his music career and shit. And it's actually really, really bad. Like it's an awful song about him basically just breaking up with his girl and being a piece of shit. But it's so catchy, and like when you've seen the lyrics, you start realizing like, oh my god, I'm saying some awful shit.
Well, hey, Mambo number 5 is about cheating on like 5 different women, man.
Yeah, man, God, it's so fucking good. It's hilarious.
That's how you make it. That's how you make a song about cheating. You make it super catchy. Like what's that Shaggy song that they're
doing?
Yeah, it wasn't me. That song is about him lying to his girlfriend, but being on tape and still lying to her face.
Hey, he does apologize at the end.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't know how to get that.
Yeah, well, the radio didn't play that part.
They did.
One more thing to bring up too, really quick as well, and then I'll get to Ganja's. But Eddie in the chat, because he asked this question, and his song was actually "Heaven and Hell" by Black Sabbath. And I'm gonna show this really quick. He got this from GTA 4. But yeah, I'm playing it in YouTube right now, so people can hear it. But yeah, very good song. I actually really like Black Sabbath a lot. I know when I first got into Black Sabbath, those dudes video game, Guitar Hero 2. Guitar Hero 2 showed me Paranoid. Or it was Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock. And yeah, that shit was amazing to me. So yeah, like I kind of agree with you though.
Guitar Hero. Dance Dance Revolution for Americans.
For fingers.
or I was going to say fat people, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you, Mr. Ganja Guru, what was the song that got you?
My song that got me was for the Vice City trailers that they were constantly playing on TV. You watched wrestling the same time I did at this time, so you remember that they constantly played. It was Flock of Seagulls, I Ran, and that song was the first song I looked for when I played that game because that was, I think, the best trailer that encapsulates what the whole game is about. You running from the law and these gangbangers and these just trying to figure out how to survive in the mean streets of Vice City of Miami. And I just
they were pretty nice streets though, honestly.
Well, they kept it clean from all the blood. That's the best way to put it.
But no, I love this song. I'm playing it right now for people to hear. And yeah, this song is fucking great. Tony Versetti, by the way, too. Like, when you hear his voice, when you really hear his voice, and you're like, damn, Mike, they really put a lot of fucking work into this. This was as good as a movie trailer. Like,
this was my favorite. This is the first GTA I ever played, and it's still up there as one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't tell you that.
It was the first one I played, and I loved it, and it was just like I had a great time with it. San Andreas is a great game. No one's saying San Andreas sucks by any stretch of imagination. But I don't know. To me, Vice City was just so fresh. I was like, I love it because of that.
San Andreas felt really empty to me.
No, the opposite. It had more to Vice City, but I felt that what they did is like, let's get Vice City do it again in a different place and add a fuck ton more shit to do, because there's a lot to do in that game.
Mhm.
But it felt like it didn't feel as much of a difference. It just felt that they just put more in the game.
When I said empty, I mean the certain terms of like the actual world being populated. Like I know it was like the largest map of a video game, but most of the time that's just this empty forest or empty desert and shit, and it doesn't really add to the gameplay or any time. They could have probably spent a lot more time making refiner buildings, making more character development.
Rockstar's terrible at that, honestly, man. Their maps.
Yeah,
Like look at GTA 4, GTA 5. There's nothing going on there. Red Dead is the prime example of this. 90% of that map is desert.
Yeah, but here's the thing. At least Red Dead has the excuse like, yo, it's the Wild Wild West. Of course, you're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, but you could do. There are other games where you can do that kind of shit, man.
You're literally in San Francisco downtown. There's like 6 people.
Yeah.
Rockstar has a huge problem with that shit.
And you know what Eddie said too? I mean, I know this isn't technically his answer to it, but San Andreas, man, I'm gonna show this really quick. This was also a very, very good trailer. Very, very. I think this is not. This wasn't the TV spot, the commercial. This was.
Yeah, it was. Is this Welcome to Jungle?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was on a TV spot everywhere.
Oh, can we take a minute to shit on how bad GTA 5's Radio Gaga bullshit is?
Radio Gaga?
Yeah.
You remember the one they did for GTA 5? We should have known the game was gonna be garbage.
I like Freddie Mercury and I like that song, but they did not utilize that well in the trailer.
Oh, I do not remember that.
You've never seen the trailer? I don't know what it's called, but it's just, my friends would not shut up about that goddamn song. I hated it so much because people would not shut the fuck up about it.
No, I'll even right. It's Radio Gaga by Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goddamn. Yeah. So
What was GTA 4? Yeah. What was GTA? It was a good point.
GTA 4. It was a flash. It was flashing lights, and then they did the Russian song.
Ah, God, I hate that song.
What by Kanye West? Flashing
I hate
lights,
lights.
lights.
That
was the shit. I like that.
It is a song equivalent of oatmeal.
And this man is white
as
white as oatmeal, so he probably knows some good plain oatmeal.
I know. Like,
oatmeal cookies are delicious, but it's still plain.
Call him Mr. Oats. Oatmeal. Yeah. I don't get it either. I'm stupid. Moving on.
I got it.
Great question. This is gonna be our last one. Actually, we're gonna be getting out of here. And this right here is by Alan. What's your favorite, most impractical weaponry?
Okay. Damn, I wish Little Ragnarok was in the chat because this guy puts the fucking hidden blade as his choice of impractical weaponry, to which he's wrong. It's not impractical. It's totally practical.
All right. Are we looking at this in their fantasy term, or are we actually trying to make these realistic weapons?
Well, no, like just in practical in general. Because when I came up with this question, I guess I'll answer it. It'll give you leeway. Any time people use dual weaponry, dual swords is the dumbest thing in the world. First of all, even if you get daggers, congratulations, you have 0 blocking capabilities. Some fires an arrow at you, someone tries to hit you, you have no blocking with that. Dual guns, you ain't aiming shit. You try dual pistols, you are never going to be able to fucking hit anything. Don't even get me started on dual fucking automatic weaponry. But it's so fucking cool because when someone pulls out, dual swords, it's awesome. Like Deadpool does it, everyone's like, oh man. When what was it? In Force Unleashed, when he pulls out dual lightsabers, everyone's like, oh shit, that looks so cool. Kratos has dual weaponry, but it is so impractical. You never see dual weaponry.
Okay, Alan, I hate to shit on your anti-dual weapon parade, but samurais in Japan did practice dual weaponry. Now, they didn't do it where every sword was the same fucking length. What they had is they had the one main sword.
They had a small dagger and a big one.
They had a short
only
blade.
in specific situations.
Yeah.
Most time when they went to battle, they had the one fucking weapon because you need the precision. The only time you use 2 is when you don't give a fuck.
That's the only time they use that against other samurais. They didn't use that against anyone else.
Exactly. The only people that actively used it in battle were Vikings, but because they were blitzed out of their fucking mind and they didn't give a shit.
Yeah, no, they would use big ass pikes and everything too, right? And just fucking.
Yeah, they would do anything. They're like,
dude, they literally, there's stories of them just running out into the middle of the battlefield with 2 axes in their hand. I don't know how they survived the battle without the basil.
They were the berserker troops. They also went naked.
And they were high on mushrooms.
And they were hard as a rock.
By the way, I like this really quick. Raheem's answer was actually really, really funny. I mean, it's not necessarily funny. It's just like it's shocking that you even said this. Yes, crossbow.
Yeah.
Right here. This, because here's the thing. This is fucking stupid, and this would, in real life, man. I don't know if this would ever work. I mean, I saw Rambo do it well, and it was like, oh, that'd be cool. But like, honestly,
that was an exploded tip arrow. But the problem with that is that's close quarters. Because good luck fucking aiming that thing, because the thing would be heavy as shit, but it also explodes, so you'll kill yourself. Fucking Battlefield 1 does the same thing with the crossbow grenade launcher, which is still I think that's dumber than this, because this is a modern weaponry. That's back in the fucking past.
Dude, my favorite about the Black Ops series is apparently the knife.
Black Ops.
I don't give a fuck. Black Ops. The knife and the crossbow is apparently one hit kill. That makes no fucking sense. They are like the most least caliber weapon you have in that game.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm just gonna see if you guys know me well enough. What weapon am I gonna mention?
Corn.
Corn.
Oh, wait, no, I it's cheating because I already know because you told it to me.
Okay, what was it?
That was the glaive from Dark Sector.
Okay, here's the thing. That's true. Cause I forgot that. Because right now I was like, okay, what the fuck?
Oh,
was
you
it?
forgot.
I forgot. You know what? I changed my mind. You're right. It is that. But right now, I actually looked it up, and I was like, you know what? This one's pretty impractical when you really think about it, and it is my favorite weapon in all of TV. It's Lucille, the barbed wire bat.
The barbed wire bat? No, Okay, the problem with the barbed wire bat isn't that it's impractical. Is as soon as you hit something, it gets stuck.
That's the thing. Like, if someone else had like another knife or something, or if it got stuck on some like melting flesh, like zombie flesh, because Walking Dead, this would not do shit. And by the way, too, I really had trouble like believing that he could smash a skull into so many.
You can do it, especially with the wood one.
Especially with the regular wood ass bat. And that doesn't look like a big bat either.
You can do it. It is possible. It requires a bunch of hits, but you could do it.
Yeah. But the problem is they make it look like this OP weapon that only 3 clocks, half your skull's gone. That's not how it works. And my favorite is like how this man has the most magical upper body strength to just hit straight up barbed wire into the flesh of some dude's hardest part of their skin and just pull it out with ease.
Your skull is really hard. Like, really hard. If you hit him in the side and the temple, he probably would have killed him in one shot. That's the hardest part of your head.
Exactly, yeah. So I thought that was kind of silly in that sense when we really think about it.
It's so hard they advise you to use it as a weapon.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I thought it was impractical in the sense of like, yeah, like that barbed wire gets stuck on people. By the way, another thing too, applying the barbed wire, that's some trouble.
Yeah, it's wire. You could easily apply. That's not the problem.
Yeah, well, if you got some thick gloves and then you got wire cutter, you can constantly refix it.
Though you gotta clean that shit all the time, or it's gonna get dull.
Well, the biggest thing too is zombie blood and guts being on there, and then having to change it with your fucking hands. Which I mean, you guys brought the gloves, so that's one thing. But like, imagine
they've been around for like at least a year, the zombie apocalypse, so they're pretty good at cleaning themselves. And
in the world where you're Negan and you're going against a bunch of people who have guns, bat versus gun, what the fuck are you thinking? Stupid.
It's an
hey man, I get that.
It's just to intimidate.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's just for intimidation because it looks cool.
Yeah.
But fucking stupid. Because another thing that I kind of hate too, that I want to bring up, is the Freddy Krueger glove. Unless you're right next to me, am I gonna kill you with a Freddy Krueger glove?
And that thing looks like the thing they fucking used to clean to trim bushes.
And Friday, Freddy versus Jason, he could kill you with those because for some reason they made them 10 times longer.
Yeah, I noticed that they were fucking super long. And the thing is too is, he always kind of popped up out of a corner or whatever the fuck, which is one big thing. Yeah. But I was like, dude, Freddy versus Jason, like, if it wasn't for the whole, like, both of them supernatural thing, why would Freddy ever be able to beat Jason? It's a big fucking machete. Like, well, no,
it makes sense because he's supposed to be like an iron glove hand, and he's supposed to be a demon that's now formed with his hand and everything. And I get, like, he could block it with, like, it's really how fucking long they were. But, like, the point is, it doesn't make sense how he survived all those attacks swinging these goddamn huge blades all around.
No, yeah, really but again, like I said, with dual weaponry, you have these fucking claws, essentially just extensions of his fingers. You ain't blocking shit.
You really aren't, man. So that's the thing that I kind of felt was like, yeah, you know. And by the way, too, I like how a lot of these other gloves are even dumber. Like he has one with the nails on the fucking knuckles there. I guess it's somewhat cool, but it's like,
all right, that'll be good in a fist fight, but not in a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, because in Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare, they go through a whole bunch of shit that Freddy Krueger was making, and man, that boy. It's nice to know that the Freddy Krueger glove wasn't just made because he's a fucking genius. That was a lot of failures to make that success. So that was pretty cool.
Well, you could either succeed or find 10,000 ways to fail.
You gotta do that research and development, man.
Exactly. So. Real world experience.
Exactly. If he was a real serial killer too, fucking walk into the room like, oh shit, what has this motherfucker got planned? If you're drawing shit like this, you're gonna do some bad shit, you know. But yeah, and then like you said too, and what I said earlier, the Dark Sector glaive. Man, Alan, I know we don't talk about this a lot, but can we please just discuss why people don't like Dark Sector, man?
Okay, the reason people don't like Dark Sector is because it was okay. When did it come out? 2003, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
That was when like Mass Effect and God of War and those games were everywhere, and especially Gears of War. Because what this was a Gears of War clone. Same exact movement, same exact cover system, but it's one of those things where it just didn't find any sort of.
Whoa! I love this game.
Yeah, this game. Everyone you've ever talked to that's played this game loves it. It is great, but the problem is, it's just it was undershadowed because there's so many other stuff out there, and it wasn't advertised that well. And it's just like, yeah, it just fell by the wayside.
Not only that, the story is very convoluted, sir.
It's hilariously convoluted.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know,
It's
man.
dark as fuck too. Like it earns its fucking name. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no shit. But I mean, I don't know. For me, God, and one thing I really hate about this fucking game too is like they had all these cool bosses and everything. They have all these cool upgrades to your gun, but you technically can't upgrade everything. It's like you have to play the game again, and it's not a new game plus. You can't like play the game and then keep your shit and keep going. You can't 100% complete this game. You had to have different saves.
No, that makes that makes sense. A lot of games do that, where it's like, I hate games that was like, well, I can upgrade everything one playthrough. I'm like, then I become OP. I actually liked it that it's like, yeah, if I play this game, me and you, we could have different upgrade paths, and we play the game. It's like an RPG kind of thing, where it's like, oh, I'm an archer. I'm not gonna have all the abilities of a sword guy, but I'm going to be the archer if I'm playing some sort of RPG. I'm okay with that because it makes it so that it's replayable if you just want to go back through the story and replay it, and you can play the game in a different way, you know?
Yeah. I think BioShock did it best with the first series where you had it was discoverable upgrades, and you
actually, you can miss those completely.
Or you didn't have the Wikipedia, you can actually upgrade your weapon by finding these special rooms that sometimes have harder characters or more story development, and you'll find an upgrade in there.
Oh, you can miss them completely sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. You hopefully go look for it because they want you to develop the story. Because what they did is they always put either a audio log or a reading note near the upgrade system, so it made you a point to go look for it.
Right.
Yeah, and by the way, another thing I gotta say about this game is, man, they did the 6-axis right. I don't know any game that did 6-axis well, but this shit, where you move the controller and you control the glaive with the controller, that was so fucking cool.
Did they actually put it on the 6-axis? Because I don't think I played this on the PS3. I only played this on the 360, where they didn't have that. You just controlled it regularly with the controls.
It was hard, but they did it right. Laird, yeah, there we go, just like that.
Yo, oh man, you want to know? What was that game? A Heavenly Sword, man. I spent an hour learning the 6-axis bullshit on that.
Yeah, that was so fucking hard. It did not work.
There was a mission with that. I spent hours.
You start holding your hand flat like.
Yeah.
No, that's how y'all did it. I just straight up did it with there, where I was just like learning how to fucking move that shit. I felt like I was Neo learning to fucking control the Matrix eventually.
Yeah, it's like fuck. You had to know kung fu to do this shit. Like that was fucking hard. But like, yeah, I really really love Dark Sector, and I need to bring that game back. But the thing is, they probably won't. And
they'll never make another. The guys that are making it are making Warframe. They're never gonna make another Dark Sector game.
But shit, it makes me want to go back and play some more Warframe to see if they got something that's equivalent to the Glaive or just.
I don't know. Because again, that game, like they made nothing but failures to Warframe came around.
Yeah, but I mean, even though they're not going to be doing their thing that people like, we're going to be doing things that people like, and that's going to be at the Facebook of the Midnight Chat Attack, sirs. Because
I guess y'all don't want to hear my impractical weapon, but I don't.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, where's your impractical weapon? I'm sorry.
No, I was actually going to touch on the whole It and Blade thing because it is an impractical weapon to how they use it in Assassin's Creed, Special Number 2, where they use it as a fighting weapon that you can actually block swords and actually kill people with it. But in the terms of actually using it as an assassin weapon, it is actually a perfect weapon.
Yeah,
especially like in the old days where most of the times you had these hard iron graves that people couldn't check thoroughly for damage and stuff. So you had like a mechanic that was built into it to drop a blade. It was good. The only problem is this stuff is too advanced for the time period, Alan. And unless you cut your finger off, even in the fucking time of the Renaissance, this thing is weight activated. So unless you have perfect training with this, the minute you try to climb or grab something,
that's the thing.
It's going to activate.
There's a lot of training with that. It does explain why, even though that it's super advanced, it fits in that time period. That does get explained over the course of the story. But it's modified. That's a modified version where he has to do his hands like this, but he also has to hold his hands back. That's how he activates it. That's why he's able to stab people. That's why he's able to block it. He actually moves his hands backwards. In Assassin's Creed 1, he cuts off the index finger. So basically does this, and it goes right through and basically punches
again? Show it again. I'm sorry.
Did I accidentally stick the finger up to the entire?
No. I actually wasn't showing you because I still had another routine.
So in Assassin's Creed 2, he basically has to. Oh, I should probably make sure my hands are. He basically has to do this, but then hold his hands back so that the blade comes out. In Assassin's Creed 1, they cut off the index finger, and that way he actually punches. and that's how he actually stabs people. There is a difference between the two games, and they modify it so you can actually do that, and it fits within, because it's not the best weapon. It's used for blocking and some attacking, but it's really just like a just in case. They're supposed to have swords and shit for actual combat.
Now, speaking of my real impractical weapon, it's always been the longsword. That shit is one of those things from the relics that everyone thinks is so badass and cool, but was rarely fucking used in real battle because
It's used all the time. Broadsword are used all the time.
The huge broadsword? No, that shit was
the Irish used to use it. They called it claymores.
Yeah, you know why? They got their ass kicked because they used that against smaller blades, sir. Like,
well,
okay, but like, do you know why they got colonized so quickly?
I assumed because they were drunk the whole time.
Well, that too, but that's going towards a racist stereotype. I'm trying to actually provide a historical figure here. And the longsword is a good weapon for sieging because you can get over crowds' heads and over the barracks, but it wasn't used the way they like to portray in games where you're
wrong game, man.
Going through 500 people slinging the sword and shit.
This fucker pulls out a goddamn Monster Hunter fucking sword.
No, that proves my point. They always make these weapons OP, and for some reason, no matter how little your character is, they can swing it perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, that's just video games at that point.
That's my problem. Like, that's that impractical weaponry sheet that just looks cool for everything.
No, one game that does this actually that I feel like I agree with him because, by the way, the game actually makes you feel a weight in it. And I will say, here it is. Here's a picture of it. The Devil May Cry Sword. I'm sorry, but that shit's impractical as fuck.
The Buster or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and I don't even know how it kills the enemies it kills because sometimes you'll find an enemy that when you hit them, it's like ting, like it bounces off because of the metal. It's like it's too sharp versus blunt force, but yet you hit them again and it works. I'm like, okay, so is my shit good or not? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I never understood the concept of warhammers. I think warhammers are something we just created. I don't think they ever use warhammers besides for ceremonial bullshit. If we're talking about like fucking stupid impractical weaponry.
I guess, but I mean, and another thing about long swords too is I feel like, okay, in a situation where we were in a room full of a bunch of weaponry and shit, and there's like zombies or bad guys or ghosts or something coming after us. Not ghosts, sorry, you can't hit them.
Yeah. What weapon do you want to use against a ghost, Nick?
I don't know, bitch, but I'll just scare them or whatever the fuck. No, but I feel like with swords we would all get killed because we don't know how to use it. You know what I mean? Like a gun, you can use.
Unless you're fighting a master swordsman, using a sword is not like for a rando. It's really not that difficult. Unless you're fighting a master swordsman, if you're fighting a bunch of zombies, like, you don't really need that much training with the sword.
I feel like I'd get killed. I mean, Gandhi, what do you feel about that?
All right, if you're fucking carrying a longsword like an idiot from the Irish Republic days, no, you're dead. But if you carry like a regular like I love the katana used by what's her name? I can't remember her name right now. The chick from Black Panther.
Oh, okay,
Michonne, there you go. Because that's reasonable, and the weapon's easy to clean, and it's a thin blade, so it cuts fine when it's cleaned properly, and it shows her maintain the weapon constantly. So they do touch on that.
How?
Well, they always show her like when they're talking in dialogue, when she's either cleaning with the blade or she's just making the sword sharp, and that is actually doable because the sword, as long as maintained, can actually keep going because actual real steel. And it's a little bit harder to rust, especially if it's maintained perfectly. And it's made to cut through things quickly and to make you swing more. Whereas a lot of swords are more just to do the one thrust, kill your opponent, guard up. Whereas
because usually dealing with armor. Like the whole point of the katana, was it used by samurais or was it used by a ninja? Because it's specifically used to get through plated armor.
No. The katana was used by samurais, and then you have the short blade that's used by ninjas.
Yeah. Because one of them is specifically designed to deal with the other.
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, I'm sorry about forgetting you earlier, Gandhi. But no, that was actually a really good answer. And by the way, if like for me, longsword versus katana, I'm sorry, but the way Michonne uses this fucking thing on the show, katana all the way. That shit is fucking badass.
It's that good hit. That katana's breaking in half.
Yeah, well, katanas were never made for blocking weapons.
Yeah.
Wait, are they? They're made for blocking?
No, they're not. They're made for parrying. That's why when you see in the old samurai movies, they bounce off each other. But like, if you were actually trying to block a longsword, that's just flinging off. It's so thin.
Because again, it's a huge fucking boom of metal versus this thin blade. Like you're gone, man.
But that's why it cuts so fine because it's thin.
But the thing is, though, like you can maneuver around a motherfucker, just chop him up before they even get to hit you with a long sword.
But if you're blocking it, but point is, if you don't know where that's coming, you're gone. But yeah, I get what you mean.
And the long sword's a fat boy of sharp weapery.
It is.
Yeah. But moving on, people. God, that was an interesting conversation. I feel like killing people now. The thing that is sharp, and the thing that the people who do have long swords, or the people on the Midnight Chat Attack Facebook page, I don't know, man. Honestly, wait, what the fuck was
Stop
that?
pulling that knife out. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah, you almost fucked your own shit up, brother. Damn.
That one time at night. But that was me
Yeah, he
fucking
stabbed
around.
himself with a
Should've
fucking phone. He's
around.
like, Alan, I cut myself. I'm like, well, that took long enough.
He was really depressed, folks. No, but moving on.
I was listening to Evanescence at the time.
Wake me up. No, but anyways, man, why don't you tell these folks about the Midnight Chat Attack Facebook page, and then anything else you want to bring up?
Well, guys, come down to the Facebook page where we do the Untitled Video Game Show where me and my partner, Love Child here, Alan, we perform all kinds of serious acts with each other, including video games, where we discuss certain topics, play certain video games. I whooped that ass at Superman 64, and I'm very proud of that.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, fuck all y'all. I told y'all I beat that game. Y'all don't believe me. Now I had to prove it, so I did. But if y'all want to see us play actual good video games, make sure to check out the Untitled Video Game Show on the Facebook page at 7:30 CST on Facebook. Also, we've been posting shit on there just to fuck around once in a while, but we would mostly focus on the show at this moment. Alan, tell them about that good after hours, and Nick, you can tell them about the meetup after.
Okay.
Well, okay then. Basically, as we stated earlier in the show, because 420 is happening this week, we will be doing that theme for our After Hours viewing party. So by Saturday, we will let you know everything that's going to be happening that day. So tune into Midnight Chat Attack for more information.
Yeah, by the way, fuck the damn chat over there talking about only Michael Keane and Rick fought with them. Yet people, there was this long joke going on about The Walking Dead, Michael Keane, the Vulture, old Rick, new Rick. Man, and by the way, once again, Gert's watching this, fuck you. Because of what happened that night. If you guys want to know what happens with these nights where I'm actually getting mad at Gertz all the fucking time, join us in the after hours. But also, too, join us on Amino, because on Amino, that's how we get your community questions, that's how we get questions from you in general, and that's how we actually interact with you, because, you know, most YouTubers and most people, especially in the Double Toasted community, are always too busy with their own lives. We are, all of us, inside of one chat on the Amino, and we're talking with you all fucking night, especially Ganja. Ganja's up there all fucking day. So if you guys want to talk to us directly instead of like sending us a message and we don't get to it in time or whatever, just let us know in the Amino. We will be there. And aside from that, Mr. Ganja Guru, it's time for us to get the fuck out of here. I hope you have a really good 420 day. It's gonna be really cool. I can't wait to join this.
So red eye.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to do the God of War thing with my boy Alan. Alan does a great job with that video game show. It's gonna be the shit. And obviously we'll see y'all next week for the wrestling shows and all that good stuff too.
3, 2, 1.
Ganja Guru, attack that motherfucker. Oh, look at it.